Like, I spent my whole life building this thing, building my career and getting comfortable and finding the place that I'd stay at for a long time, building my life with my family, my kids, building my home, all those things. And now in the second half, it's like I woke up, I looked in the mirror, and I had to face that I'm kind of there. And now I'm supposed to get rid of it all and give it all up. And really, you don't have a choice. You're just kind of there. It's that stage in your life. You got to do it. You got to let the kids go. You got to let them build their own lives. That's what it's all about. So everything you've built there, everything you're comfortable with, is about to change. You got to let that house go. It's just too much. It's too much to maintain. Spend your weekends and your evenings taking care of your yard and the house and the broken toilet, all of that. It's too much now. It's too much in the second half. The job. Waking up in the morning to an alarm clock. Making it through the day without a nap. Sitting there or standing there or whatever it is you do. Now, all of a sudden, it's too much. So there's this shift coming, this huge shift. Should you stay in that life? No, you got to let the kids go. You eventually got to let the job go. The house is just too much. It was meant for a whole family, not just you. But then to go into that new world as a single, without your family, to go without that job, that income, to leave the house you built, the one where you painted the wall a certain color, the one where you got the furniture to match every room and picked out the perfect countertop. And now you've built it right where you want it to be, and it's time for it to go. You know your neighbors. You feel comfortable, but it just doesn't work anymore. You've got this routine at work. You're not going to start a new job that you're excited about. You're not just leaving the job. You're leaving your financial earnings capability. That's a whole thing. That's a whole global thing. See, before when we were younger, we would do these things. We did them all the time. We changed houses. We moved. We changed jobs. But we could turn back. We had time. We had stamina on our side. It was different than it is in this stage. It wasn't permanent. So these changes are terrifying this time. Leaving our comfort zone into a space that we know we don't have as much control over. We could turn things around in the past, but now we're not going to necessarily have that capability. Once you leave your job, you won't necessarily qualify to ever buy a house again, because on paper, you don't have an income. So when you step away from that ability that's so familiar that you've had all your life. I've owned a home since I was 19 years old. I've always worked, except for gaps when I had young children. I don't know how to do the other life. It's distant. It's the unknown abyss. Yet, it's something that we all go through and that I'm forced to do now. But there's no playbook for it, It's not like you see training everywhere. Get ready for the second half. Your life's about to turn upside down. Everything's about to change. Are you ready? What are you gonna do? No, you kind of wake up one day and you're there. Like, it was only a few years ago I was planning and building, and now I'm at a standstill and I'm looking around and having to make that change. I know once I get on the other side, it's going to be great. I know that. Because I'll make it great. It has to be great. And then, you know what? And then I can reflect on this time right now that I'm in and talk about it. I wish more people did that. I wish more of the elders talked about it to us. Because I just wasn't prepared for this. I mean, you know it in your head. You know there'll be a day when you can't work anymore. There'll be a day when you need to sell the house. Everyone says the kids grow up so fast, and we know that to be true in our head. But you never feel like that day's going to be there, you know? But then one day it is. And it was like night and day. It was like I just woke up one day and went, wow, it's changing. It's changed. I need to change. This life does not work for me anymore. The life I've spent my whole life building does not work anymore. So make an adjustment into something that you've never experienced. How scary is that? Well, that's what the second half is. It's one big move in pretty much every category that you have known your entire life. And you know what? The choices are kind of the pits. It's like, when do I leave? Should I stay or should I go? If I stay, I have more security. If I go, I don't. But if I stay, my stamina's down. I feel like I can't do it anymore. But if I go, I have this freedom. I finally get to slow down after all these years. So there's this limbo period. It's like there's this fine line of where you're at and where you have to go. I see the struggle. It's kind of like a toddler, you know? A toddler who doesn't want to take a nap, kicking and screaming. I know I got to get over there because I'm tired on the other side of the line. But I just don't want to go because I'm comfortable here and this is all I know. It's like a bad relationship, you know? We've all been there. You know it's over. You know it's time to leave. But you can't make that move because it's so uncomfortable. You know if you could just get to the other side, you'll be happier. Because this is so hard. But you put it off and you fight it and you kick and scream through it. And that transition period is so difficult. But then you get to the other side and you build your new life. And finally you're happy. You're happy because it's more peaceful. Well, that's what it feels like. It'll be good on the other side eventually, I'm sure. But there's so many unknowns that it creates fear and unrest. So that's what this transition is like. That's how it's so unfair. It's so many things at once. It's not just one relationship. We've got the house, we've got the job, we've got the kids. All those things are changing all at once. It's tough. New territory, new beginnings. But I think what makes it so hard is that in the second half, it's final. It's not like in the first half, where we could just turn things around, you know? If something wasn't working for us, we would just go get a new job. Or we'd move into a new house. But for the most part, those things were a step up, or at least they were choices that we were making and planning, and in some ways kind of excited about. But this is different. It's a downsize in almost every category. It's a lot all at once, with no one telling us how to do it, with no one preparing for how hard it is and for the challenges we're going to face. It doesn't have to be a downer, but it's still uncomfortable. You know, I find myself like thinking about all these things that I could do to keep the house and to, you know, maybe Airbnb a space and put in a private entrance, and in theory that could work. And that's probably what a good financial person would do. Hang on to the asset and figure out a way to make it financially work. But there's other things to consider too, the maintenance and all that. I can do all that. You know, as nice as it would be to stay, it's just time to go. But go to what? Go where? It's not like I'm going to buy this luxurious condo somewhere on the beach. It's kind of scary. Same with the job. It's not like I'm moving into this new executive position. I'm not just leaving the job when I leave. I'm leaving a career, employment. That part is over. You know, you dream about it all your life, being able to rest and that being done. But no one talks about how scary that is. Leaving that capability to earn. Yeah, that's terrifying. If I was 20, not so much, you know, because you just pop back in when you're ready. Well, at this age, you don't pop back in. You're stepping out, and you're stepping out for good, pretty much, other than your part-time job at the local convenience store, right? It sounds doom and gloom, but you know, all those little details, I'm sure we'll adjust to, but the part that's going to be good is just relaxing and having it all be done. That's the benefit of it all. So it'll be good in the end. Stepping over that line and getting there will be fine, I'm sure. But geez, the process in doing so, like a toddler, I'm kicking and screaming the whole way. And I was not prepared for how difficult it will be.